Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Umbrella Fight. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Nathan. This music just hits so hard every time. I hope everyone's doing well.
Umbrella Fight.
Boom. All right. Well, this is, of course, the Umbrella Fight Live podcast. I want to thank you so much for being here. Today, we are going to talk about the only thing that matters on this podcast, and that is, of course, video games.
Let's go.
To my lower left, I've got John sitting in a hot seat, one of the many hot seats we have here on the Umbrella Fight. John, how are you doing today, my friend?
Man, I'm doing great. Can't lie.
Hell yeah. Oh, you're kind of quiet, brother. You might want to shove that mic in your mouth there a little bit.
Hello?
Much
yeah,
better.
Better? Okay,
Yeah.
there it is.
Yeah, you came out of your cave. Hey.
Hey. No, I'm doing
Excellent.
great. I'm doing
Good.
great.
Great to hear, man. And of course, on my lower right, we've got the man himself, Devo Devin. How are you doing,
That's
brother?
right. Doing fantastic.
Great. It's
Yeah,
wonderful to hear.
evening.
Oh, excellent. Wonderful. I love having the
Yeah.
W. You know, you get a W in a game, you have a wonderful evening, you're winning. We have so much winning going on,
So much dub.
so much dub all the way around. Speaking of dubs, I want to say welcome to our audience members. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you shoot us a message in chat and tell us how bad our video game opinions are, because rest assured, we're going to give you some bad takes.
Yeah.
'Cause
That's
we love
right.
to do that. And I actually am going to put some egg on my face a little bit later and announce a little bit of a well, we'll get into it anyway.
Yeah.
yeah. Homie
I
knows
know
what I'm
it's
talking about
coming.
already.
Curious
I'm gonna
to
slap
hear.
you. No,
Oh, you don't know, John.
John
Curious
doesn't
to
know yet. He
hear.
wasn't paying attention to my Steam profile.
That's
Anyway,
No, I
we
noticed.
do have. I bet you noticed. I've spent so much time grandstanding about this, but first, let's go ahead and do our collective quench.
I pre-quenched.
You pre-quenched, premature quenchation.
Hey, it happens to everyone.
Oh, that's okay. It's not a big deal. All right,
what- that's
everybody.
what
I
she
hope you
told
have
me.
your drinks. If you are following along at home, go ahead and grab your drinks. Can be water, can be booze, can be it could be a drink made of air if you want it to. That's fine too.
Let's go.
We're gonna go ahead and do our collective quench. Raise your glasses and let's say it together. Umbrella fight, our circle tight. We shine together in the night with laughter loud and spirits in sync. Raise every glass and now we drink.
We drink.
Drink.
Ah. Oh man, that hits a spot, don't it?
Yeah, I
It
just killed
does.
some apple
Little.
juice.
I love apple juice, dude.
So we're
Apple juice is
podcasting with
clear
a
winner.
toddler. No, I'm just kidding. I love
Bro,
apple juice.
Don't you shit on apple juice.
No, I
Apple
would
juice is
never.
peak.
I would
Never. Apple
never.
juice is peak AF. Well, speaking of hitting the spot,
Whoa.
you know what really hits the spot for me right now is getting together with you guys, because I just changed jobs recently and I don't get to come into the office with you guys anymore. And I gotta say,
know.
I am so glad to see your faces.
Yeah.
Just gonna
it's
throw
good
that
to
out
see you.
there.
Yes.
Likewise.
There's a piece of me that is missing every day at the office. But
Yes.
That's okay. Maybe one day we'll work together again.
yeah.
But until then,
always there.
There's always podcast day, right?
That's right. Podcast day.
Podcast day indeed. Welcome. All right. A little bit of house cleaning real quick. I wanted to go ahead and shout this out because I always forget. You guys can email us, just so you know. I know email is for the old peoples, but you can also find us on Twitter at Umbrella Fight. You can find us via the emails at podcast@umbrellafight.xyz. Yeah, that's right. You heard that right. Podcast@umbrellafight.xyz. Please send us in your questions, your comments, your concerns, and I will promptly read them. And the more debaucherous and degenerate the comment and concern is, the more likely I am to put it on the air. So just wanted to throw that out
Proceed
there.
with caution.
No caution needed. Throw it to the wind, friends. I want to hear exactly what
what
you
I'm
think.
talking
Podcast at umbrellafight.xyz. Make sure you say it. Make sure you put it in that to box. And then we actually got a message. It's not technically an email. It was a text, but that's okay. I'm going to read it a little bit later. But first, let's go ahead and dive in. Guys, y'all have been playing some video games, I assume. I want to hear about them. Devin, what you been playing, man?
For Honor and Battlefield.
Oh man, the two games we've been bringing up lately, and you've been getting into For Honor, then, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, John and his gang has been pulling me into the For Honor zone. And I, as someone who really loves like Super Smash Brothers, there is an enjoyment level of that type of fighter game. Okay, let me back it up. I was so hyped for Honor, and I just never committed to the bit. I never had a gang to play with, and so I've got people to play with, and it's exactly what I wanted the game to be.
Nice.
And so yeah, I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. So it's definitely a learning curve. It's not a game that you can just like jump in and like be good.
Yeah.
You're gonna jump in and just feel like you don't know what you're doing for a while. It's just gonna take. It's like it's like Rocket League. Like you get in there and it's really disorienting, and there's all these mechanics you just don't even know about, and you're just kind of stumbling your way through. And it's like you'll find one mechanic and you can just like hone in on that. The problem is when you're playing with someone like John and his gang, like they're like, I don't know, they've been playing the game for how long, John, have you guys been playing for? I don't know, like 7 years.
Yeah, when it came out, I think it came out in 2016.
Yeah, so 9 years.
Yeah,
Almost
9,
10.
10,
Oh my
almost 10 years.
golly,
Almost a decade.
Whoa.
Almost a decade.
There it is. It's
Man.
creeping on you, John. The decade.
Hey, we're chill.
But yeah, no, they are they're really good at For Honor. So it's like you'll like lock in on one of these mechanics. You're like, man, this is a dope move, and they've got like 3 counters to it. So like you'll like whip it out, and they're like, oh yeah, you can do that move, but like I have like 3 ways I can avoid that and absolutely obliterate and punish you for it. Anyway, but I mean, it's fun. It's enjoyable. I like those style of games. It's tactical. It's a little slower pace in some ways, and it's really fast paced in other ways. So I think it's a really good balance. I think it's a fun game.
Do you find yourself gravitating towards a slower, strong character, or like a quicker,
dude? I'm
blitzy type character.
My character's kind of right in the middle. I think, from what I understand, it's not like one of the fastest, it's not one of the slowest. It's probably one of the best to just start with, and they kind of pointed me in that direction of like, hey, you should probably just play this guy, because he's like a good, well-rounded character, and then. So I've just been locked in on that same character. What is it, Warden? That's his name, right? Yeah, Warden. So I've been playing Warden, and character is fairly basic, but has some cool, unique moves that kind of set the character apart. And it makes for a good time. I'm starting to hone in. Once I kind of master it, it's the same thing. Like whenever I bring like a newbie into like Smash Bros that wants to get good, you just lock into one character, master that character, get really, really good. And then maybe you can branch out to another one, because if you sit there and try to remember all the little techniques to every single character, it's going to be too much. And then what happens is once you get really good at that one character, you'll shift over to another, and then everything just kind of makes sense. Like
Sure.
The movesets, although they're different and there's different uniquenesses about that character moveset, it just, for whatever reason, your brain just knows what to do with it. Like, what to press to try things out. It's not so foreign. Like right now, I'm like, oh, dude, I don't even know what to do. I'm like trying to. I'm thinking more than I'm playing half of the time. So I'll be like I don't even know what to do in this situation. I'm getting pummeled, and they'll just be beating me to death, like shanking me or stabbing me with or slam. Like John will pick you up and body slam you, and then. It's not a good time. You're like, I don't even know what to do with this. So, but no, it's a great game.
That's awesome to hear. Actually, I pulled it up on Steam. I wanted to see if it was on sale, because if it went on sale, this routinely goes on sale for like 90% off for like $4.
Oh, for sure.
The next time it does, I'll absolutely buy it. But this top review here, I love it. It says the game is basically just Call of Duty if Call of Duty was a completely different game entirely. Amazing.
Useless review.
Yeah, wonderful. I love it. Says this other one also says, I would rather sand my balls on a belt grinder than play this game ever again. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
And he probably has like 4,000 hours.
Yeah. Actually, let's see. 6.4 hours, but I definitely,
so he really doesn't like it.
Yeah. But a lot of the reviews, I pulled it up because it was funny. It says mixed on there, which I
Yeah.
find hilarious because most of the people that I've ever heard talk about it actually do love it, but they have that same sentiment of like, this fucking
hate
game.
that
Why
game.
do I come back to this? And then they're like, I guess I'll play it. And then they play it for another 10 hours and add it to their already 2,000, 3,000 hour pile there.
Dude,
Yep.
like, there's only 2 games that have made me actually rage, and it is For Honor and League.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, League, that seems like that was gonna happen anyway. The level of toxicity that's kind of built into the lane based. What do you even call those? MOBA.
MOBA.
That's it.
MOBAs.
MOBA. Well, cool. It sounds like you've been having a lot of fun with For Honor. I like the way you describe it, how all of the pieces are moving around. And at some point, I imagine you had a point where you're like, aha, I get it. Okay. And then you start stringing things together. And
Yeah, you'll
feeling
do
a
that,
little
and then
more
you realize,
competent.
yeah, no, 100%, you'll do that. You'll like have these moments of like, oh, I can do this combo, and that's what I was saying. Is like you'll get that combo. You're like, man, I'm gonna wreck them with it, and you'll catch them off guard because they like first off they're underestimating like me because they know I'm not good, so they're kind of like, okay, like you can tell they're giving me a little bit of leeway. And it's
Yeah.
like, and then whenever I have like something in my pocket, like I'll just pop off, and they're like, "Oh no! Like what is happening?"
You learned something.
Yeah,
It's
'cause-
evolved.
yeah, and that's what's beautiful though. I think about the game is it doesn't take much to win, right? Like,
Yeah.
you just need like slight advantages, and then you'll be able to win in that game. And that's kind of the whole premise of it. Is it's kind of like real swordplay. Like if you like understand real swordplay, it's not like a long drawn out battle. It's fast. Who gets the strike in? I mean, it's not quite that dramatic, but it is to some degree. Like you can get really heavy advantages just by small little things, and then you can pop off, and you can really put them in a vulnerable spot. And I think that's really cool to just be able to not necessarily be the best, but like, hey, if I have a sword and I hit you with the sword, it hurts.
Yeah.
lot.
The failure is dangerous.
Yeah.
More so
and-
than usual.
So it kind of levels the playing field to some degree. You know, it's like a Tarkov. Like think about Tarkov from the perspective of like, hey, you're shooting a 9mm. Yeah, if someone has like a sniper and they shoot you, it's going to do more damage. But like, hey, a 9mm to your dome is going to kill you.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same principle. It doesn't matter who's better. It's just, did you land your shot? Oh, okay. Like it hurt. So
Nice.
kind of same in somewhat of a principle. It's like you can still win even though you're not better than that person, just because you kind of caught a slight advantage in some way, even if you don't even know how. You just got, like, I did that for a while. I was doing a repost instead of a repost. Sorry, instead of
a repost.
a
I
repost.
retweeted your sword.
Yeah, I reposted that sword. No, I was doing a repost, and like I didn't really understand the impact of that repost. And so they were like freaking out when I was getting it. They're like, "What are you doing? Like, how are you doing this?" And I'm like, I don't know, guys. They're like, "This is like actually a really good mechanic that you're doing. Like, it's actually insane." And just not even really knowing what I was doing gave me like a huge advantage and was throwing them off. I mean, they
It's like
quickly adapted, but
It's like a blind man with a sword just swinging stuff around. Like, I don't know where he's going to swing next. He's just going to swing it.
Yep, 100%.
Got to be careful. You get your arm cut off.
I did have one other game that I've been playing, and that's Smash Bros. I've been playing
Nice.
Smash Bros lately
We
Classic.
have
with Mr.
been-
John.
Been playing it in the office?
Yeah, on our break time, of course.
Of course, yes. Break time. Which is all the time.
Hey, depends on the day, brother.
Yep, I feel you. What's your go-to in Smash Bros? Do you have a small rotation, or are you like I'm Zelda every time?
So
Sorry, Sheik.
so I've got like 3 characters I'll rotate through that are kind of, I would consider, my primaries. It's going to be Donkey Kong, Captain Falcon, and then really I would say my main is Young Link. And I feel like that's kind of a common answer, but he's just an insane character. So
stupid.
yeah, John does not like when I play that
You can
character.
hear the salt in his voice.
Yeah, it's like
Just shoot
there-
crap.
I just know, I literally punish. It's like he does me in For Honor. So the reason we've been doing this is because like I would punish him in Smash Bros. And then he's like, "Hey, jump on For Honor," and then he'll like
Mm.
destroy me in For Honor and be like, "This is for earlier while you played Smash Bros."
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
back and forth.
Get your
so,
revenge.
yeah, good times.
Yeah, good times indeed. I love a good fighting game, man. So, is For Honor a fighting game then? Is that what is do you guys would you consider it, or is it like a brawler? Like
No, I would
first
say-
off, is Smash Brothers a fighting game? And then to a lesser degree, is For Honor a fighting game?
So yeah, those are tough questions. I would say in my definition, they're both fighter games.
Sure.
I would say there's some purists out there that are like, this is not what a fighter game is. They're looking at it from a perspective.
No items, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's fine. I actually agree with that. Even in Smash Bros, I think it doesn't take away from the game. But like when I play Smash Bros, I'm doing 1v1s or maybe a 2v2. Very rarely it's a 2v2, but like 1v1's kind of the bread and butter, no items. And then again, very rarely we'll have moments where it's like it's just a massive party Smash Bros. And I say turn items on for those matches because they're chaotic and ridiculous anyway. And so just make it chaos and have fun with it. But yeah, no items. I think that's pure of heart. But I think what most people talk about when they're thinking, or some purists when they talk about those fighter games, is the Street Fighters, right? The Street Fighters, maybe the Mortal Kombats, the like there's all sorts of them, but those style where it's that kind of two-dimensional-esque games where you're just kind of going face to face with somebody. Character kind of moves, in my opinion, very clunky compared to like other movements in games, but just those types of games. I've never been great at them. I've always been Smash Bros. So, but yeah, no, I'd consider both of those games fighter games.
Hell yeah. A little more chaos than a one-on-one Street Fighter.
Yes,
type
they
thing.
It can be.
Sick. Well, John, what have you been playing, my friend? What's on your gaming agenda?
I have one surprise.
Uh-oh.
But I've been playing a lot of For Honor and Battlefield. I really wanted to get the revolver, and I was like a level away, and I just finally got it, and I love that thing because like it's just like boom, dead. If you just hit them in the head, bro, you can just dome somebody, just stop them right in their tracks.
Hell yeah.
I just find that so satisfying. But I've been playing Battlefield, For Honor, and then Smash, of course. In Smash, it's weird playing Smash again because me and David used to just play it for hours. We would just 1v1, and I play Ike, and I really like Ike because just big sword dude, like it just hits really hard, and he has certain attacks where like even if you get hit, it just goes through. Like he just tanked it, and you just get a free attack in.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But the main surprise is I started playing The Last of Us remastered.
Oh,
I got it on sale on my PlayStation. It was $5 So I was like, I feel like that's worth. I've heard nothing but good things about The Last of Us, and I started playing it. I'm like 3 hours in, and it is not at all what I thought it was. I have like no spoilers. I've seen like certain clips of the show, so like I know it's Pedro Pascal, but other than that, I don't really have any spoilers for it. But like the opening 30 minutes was insane.
Bro, the opening of that game is
like I was shook.
It goes hard, right?
I was shook.
You were shooketh.
Like and I like how the way it plays is so it's very unique, but it feels so smooth. Like the way that Joel will like vault, like move around, how like when you're listening, he'll like sneak down lower. Like it feels really nice to move around in that game. But it also has like a little bit of clunk because like when you're hitting these,
it does.
I don't even know what to call them, but like the infected, like you really feel like the impact of like when you're hitting those things.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with that game. I have some thoughts about that game, but I'm really glad you're getting into it to check it out because
it's really interesting. It's kind of got me gripped a little bit. Like I was playing some earlier,
yeah,
before we jumped on here.
That's sick, dude. Sorry, I'm playing around with this thing because I wanted to show you guys some Fairho, but I didn't have any footage, and I wanted to see if I could do it live. And oh, there it is. You can kind of see it, but I'll play with it for a second. So, you got into The Last of Us. That's cool to hear. How do you feel about it? I know you said it had some clunk, but how do you feel about it beyond, it's, I guess jank is the word for that.
So yeah, I mean clunk in that like there are certain parts where it feels heavy, but I feel like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Like when you're choking somebody to death, like the way that the controller vibrates and it moves and everything, it's so crazy because you can kind of move a little bit with this body, but like so it's like if that makes sense, it's like clunky where it needs to be, where you would expect it to be. I guess so
Yeah.
that's why it feels so interesting.
Yeah, it's I know that you just started, and I don't want to color your opinion of it, but in my opinion, I think that game kind of plays like trash. Oh, it's really loud. I'm sorry. There we go. Sorry. I queued something up that I wanted to show off when I talk about what I played because I finished something for once, and I'm really excited about
You
that.
finished it.
Yeah. So I don't want to color what you think about that game. And it's possible that if I went back and played it, and this is some foreshadowing here, it's possible that I went back and played it, that I might enjoy it. But at the end of the day, I don't like the way that game plays. I think it kind of plays like ass. And I got to the point for my money that I was just like, you know what? I'm not having fun actually playing the game. Maybe I'll just look up all of the cutscenes and so I can know the story. But then at the end of the day, I kind of already know the story. I know like where it goes and how it ends. So I don't know. I didn't love it, but
Wow.
I am curious to know what you will wind up thinking about that game at some point, because you're gonna get the story definitely goes places, and
Story is peak. I can't lie. For like the little
it's
bit
good.
that I know, I have
Good.
absolutely like I don't know anything that happens in that universe. But like from what I've seen, so like the only Last of Us lore that I know is what I've gotten from playing the game so far in these like 3 hours. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of like interested in like what's really going on here with like the fireflies and like you have these like quarantine zones.
Yeah.
Like I'm interested to know where this is all leading to, and why we just
Yeah.
have this little girl that we have to carry now.
Yeah. Yeah. So I always hate an escort mission, and that whole game is one big escort mission, sort of. But also, the story is good.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, the artwork, the art direction, the voice acting, the character-driven nature of the story, where it goes, it's all good. But like as a gameplay goes, it's I just hate the way it plays.
I think
And
I was gonna say, I think it kind of goes alongside of like what your kind of motto is for games overall. You're pretty strong in your stance, Nathan, with games need to feel good, and if they don't feel good, that means they may not feel they're probably not fun. And I think that's probably the experience that you had. I mean, again, obviously, it's very opinionated, because there's clearly an overwhelmingly positive overlook of the game, and so I think that's obviously not invalidating that, but like John absolutely can have like this good experience with it, and
100%.
hopefully he does, right? Like, because again, with the story being as renowned as it is, like it's not just been a video game. It was such a good story that they were like, man, we need to reach this story to people who are not gamers.
We're gonna make a show about it.
Yeah. And that's how you know, like, the writing of a story of a game is like, or just anything, right, is really good. Whenever they're like, okay, this story itself is compiled in such a way that not just the community that we necessarily built it originally for will enjoy this. Like, other people can take this content and actually enjoy it. We just need to put it in a format that they're ready to consume. And so I think that kind of speaks for itself and kind of what drove that game to be at the level that it's at,
Yeah.
in popularity.
I guess my opinion about that game boils down to a couple of sentences. One, it's a bad video game. Two, it's a great interactive TV show. Because like at the end of the day,
so funny.
I like a survival horror, but it doesn't do that particularly well, in my opinion. It's fine. But
I love it.
Take is I don't like The Last of Us.
Okay, but you opened up this podcast with, man, we're gonna have some bad takes. I love this.
Yep.
Hey,
this is right up the alley.
So, yeah. Anyway, I am glad that you're playing it.
I love a good story, man. Like,
I think you're gonna really enjoy it then. Yeah. Did you set it on easy and we're just like, I'm just gonna coast through this thing so I can know the story, or are you like crank it up to hard so I can feel the weight of what's going on?
I think I left it on normal.
Okay,
I don't remember the default one was.
As the devs intended, is what he said.
As intended experience. As Devin intended.
That's right.
All right, you heard her here first. The Last of Us, made by Devin.
Yeah, there it is. We all knew it.
Well, cool. Yeah, it's good to go back and dig into. You know what I will say about that game, considering when it came out, it still looks top notch.
Oh yeah,
it looks crazy. Like the
really,
part I'm in downtown, and like seeing like the seeing abandoned city is like it looks insane.
Yeah,
and
all the overgrowth and stuff is really cool.
Yes, like, and Sony I don't know who did the remaster of it, because I don't know when it came out. I know it came out on PS4, but like
I think it's like a 2012 game or something like that. It might be really, really old. Let me, Jamie, pull that shit up. Let me look it up real quick.
That's really old.
Yeah, I know. It really is. Let's see. When did Last of Us come out? 2013.
Whoa.
Dang.
It was a PlayStation 3 game, homie.
What?
No, wait, what?
Yeah. PlayStation 3, The Last of Us. June 14th, 2013. The remastered version on PlayStation 4 hit a year later in July of 2014. Then, of course, there was part 2 in 2020. And then part 1, which was a PS5 and PC remake, not necessarily a remaster. Like they redid all the assets entirely. That's 2022 and 2023, respectively, PS5 and PC.
You know what? That actually tracks, because the first memory I have of that is I was actually over at one of my friends' house, and they had got that game, and they were going to pull an all-nighter and beat the entire. They were going to try to beat the entire game in one night. They did not succeed with that one, but they did stay up all night and play the game, and then they were like, "This game is amazing." And that's my first memory. And that time frame, the house that he was at, it was definitely around that time, 2013.
Yeah. And that was only like 3 years later from, I think, a Red Dead Redemption with old John Marston, which also has an insanely good story.
Yeah.
And I think up to that point, I don't recall any game having a really, really heavy hitting, quality, well-written story like that. I'm sure there are some, and somebody's going to yell at me in chat about it, but that's okay. But yeah, so as it goes on, you'll have to let me know what you think about Joel and Ellie's adventure. That game does go on and on, though. It's like, oh man, what else can happen to these two people? My God, it's a depressing video game too. Like the story is just so weighty, because you've got moments in RDR2 where I went to the bar and had a drink with one of my companions, and that was a happy time. And then I went on a date to the play, and that was a happy time.
Back half of Red Dead is rough.
Yeah. So, but there's a roller coaster that goes both up and down. But unfortunately, in The Last of Us, it's like nothing but down all the time. There's no reprieve from this terrible, plagued world, and that can be a bit draining, especially when times around you are tough. Sometimes there's not room for that sort of thing. So I'm willing to give that my opinion maybe have been colored by that to a degree. But it is what it is, and I'm so glad you're playing it. And I'm curious to know what you think as the story goes along, man.
No, yeah, those I really hate clickers. Tell you that much.
They're fucking mean, aren't
Dude,
they?
those clickers, man, like I hate the sounds they make.
They make your skin crawl, you know. So it's
It's
successful in
disturbing.
that route. Anything else? Anything else going on in your video gaming world? You just picked that one up. Plus, you know, the For Honors and
Man,
Battlefields.
one other bad one is I started playing Overwatch again.
I
Like,
saw that.
So party time. Hang on.
Let's go.
Dude, I'm
Party
telling you, like
time,
I
yeah.
have turned off this automation. It's almost like it's hard coded.
Good skill issue.
Skill issue, 100%.
But so I played a lot of Overwatch back in like 2023, 24, like hours. Like I have almost like 500 hours in Overwatch 2.
Dang.
I used to just play a lot of competitive. I like almost hit plat while employed, which I
wow.
thought was peak.
Whoa.
But
you weren't no-lifing it. You had a life.
No, yeah, I had a life, but I would literally like at that time I used to work Monday through Thursday. So I would literally get off and finish up whatever schoolwork I had. And from like 8 p.m. to like 4 a.m. going into that Friday, I was just queuing competitive Overwatch.
Whoa.
Dang.
And so and then I just
You were
stopped playing
hooked.
it for like a long time and started playing it again. And it's like riding a bike.
Oh yeah.
Like riding a bike.
Yeah.
Like I hopped
the feeling.
into a competitive lobby and it like remembered like I was in a lobby with a bunch of high gold, low plat, and I was like, dang, I need to lock in. And it was like it just it brought back that feeling of the competitiveness of that game.
That's sweet. Who's your main?
So I play a lot of support. Right now my main is Kiriko. I've been playing her for a long time. And I really like Moira. And then for attack, McCree, who is now Cassidy. But he's just a revolver. He's got kind of like Arthur Morgan, actually, if I'm being real. He just literally uses a revolver. That's his weapon. And he throws like
Sick.
a flashbang.
So I played a little bit of Overwatch back in the day just to give it a try and see what it was all about. And I played some McCree. I liked that character. It was cool. I like shooting guns and attacking at people.
So fun.
Yeah, I was not good at it. It's hard. That game's hard.
No, it is. I played a fair bit of it, and FPS is kind of being in my realm of gaming. I did okay at it. It ended up, I don't know what it was that kind of made it just slowly. It's kind of slowly died for me. Like I played it and then I just slowly stopped playing it. I don't know if there was like just a repetitiveness to it that I just didn't enjoy, or like something just didn't really hook me or didn't really keep me super engaged. Maybe it was just that I didn't have enough people to play the game with at the time, or something along those lines. But something happened where I just like slowly fell off of that game and I just didn't stick with it. Maybe League took over. I'm not sure.
I think that happens a lot with games that are both competitive and have like, a good short round that you can go in and out of.
Yeah.
You either get subsumed by something else like a League or a Rocket League or something like that, or League of Leagues or whatever, however many other league games there are, or you just like, you're in it for a season of your life, and then when your life evolves, so do your game tastes.
Yeah, I mean, it's stuff. Maybe a game came out. You know what I mean? Like, it could have been something as simple as that. And so, like, the friend group just stopped playing Overwatch for whatever amount of time, and then we just didn't really pick it back up or something like that. So, but I always thought it was a great game. I thought it was fantastic.
Regal Fire in chat. What's up, man? We're glad you're here. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's kind of sad when a game falls off like that, because you do have such camaraderie when it comes to playing with your buddies, and now that you've got you're kind of back on the saddle a little bit with your For Honor there, Devin. You've got buddies to play with again.
Yay! It's always nice to have some friends to play with friends.
Yeah, games with friends.
I think that's the way games are meant to be played. There's some games that are solo, and that's fine. I think the majority, I've always grown up playing games with people, even single player games, like campaign games. I always played with people. And so like the way I play games mostly is with people still.
Yeah.
There's like, I don't even like playing campaign games without like I'll have my wife just like, hey, you want to watch me play this campaign game? Just because like I like having someone there to be like, did you see that? Like what?
Yeah.
Like it just makes it more fun for me. Or like being able to pass the controller, like, oh, you want to take over on this part? Like you should play this part. Like it looks really cool.
Yeah.
And just being able to pass and like have that experience. That was kind of how we grew up playing games, because like we just had the single console in the house, and then like my dad's wanting to play, I'm wanting to play, and so we'd go to GameStop, buy a game to play, we'd bring it back to the house, and we'd all sit down and play it together. And even if it was a single player game, we just like passed the controller. It was really neat.
Yeah, that's cool. Regal says in chat, I hate playing single player games by myself. Regal, you should stream. You know what?
That's right.
You know what I find myself really enjoying is streaming, actually. Pretty much exclusively, I stream almost every night. I was ill the past couple days and it feels so hot, but typically now if I hop on at 9:30 to play games after the kids go to bed, I'm just going to fire up the streaming software and the camera, and I'm going to talk to nobody. But sometimes actually I could do a quick pivot into what I've been playing. I finished, man, I really had a good time with let me go ahead and transition the little video monitor here. I had a really good time with Verho, Curse of Faces. This is actually live gameplay. I'm playing it right now. And
Sick.
this game freaking goes places. Let me tell you. I've got this badass sword which shoots a thing now. And what I wanted to show off was the sheer number of places that this game has, and they're all different. They all have a different feel to them. They all have different layouts. I mean, it's straight up Dark Souls, but in first person. It's very, very Kingsfield. And as I was going through each of these places, I found myself in the Dark Souls conundrum of like, oh, well, where do I go next? What do I do? I'm semi lost. But then you're like, oh, that one place that I forgot about that. I forgot that there's a locked door over here. And then all of a sudden you're in the realm of might, and you're like, oh my God, what the hell is even going on?
It's old RPG. That's what it is.
It's straight up what it
is.
Old
RPG doesn't hold. Like, okay, I had an experience, and I don't mean to completely take over on this, but
no, go ahead.
I had a moment. I decided I was going to play a Final Fantasy game, and I was like, I don't know which one to play, and I probably shouldn't have done this one, but I played the first one, and I'll tell you what, that game does not hold your hand in regards to like what are you supposed to do? Like, where are you supposed to go? Like, you just have to wander around sometimes and figure it out. You literally have to talk to every NPC and read like every little sign and like walk into every building and then talk to everything and search everything. Otherwise you will be lost. Like, it requires that. Like, you have to immerse yourself in the world and actually experience everything they put in the game.
It's almost like you have to play a role.
Yes. Yeah. Stop the game. Get out of here.
Heyo. Yeah. So Verho is very much that. And on top of that, the story is cryptic in a way that I found intriguing. I wanted to dig into it more. Like, I wanted to know. And if you guys are watching this live on video, you'll see just how cool the areas look. I know it's not the flashiest graphics, you know, in terms of how many eyelashes and eyebrows they have that you can see, but it's just cool looking stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
particles. I mean, it's like Valheim, bro. Like playing Valheim for the first time was such a beauty as far as the aesthetics of the game go. I know we've touched on this before on the podcast. The graphic fidelity is not the most important thing as far as immersion goes. Like, and 100%. The art goes. It's kind of like how they do Zelda. I've always enjoyed the way that they've approached Zelda games. They really took it from the perspective of, we're not looking for the highest graphic fidelity. We're looking for art. Like, the game is going to be art, especially in games like Skyward Sword. Was huge on this. Another one is Wind Waker. They took these very unique art styles that maybe weren't even common in that era of gaming, and they really just leaned into this art style. And it wasn't high graphic fidelity, but it was fantastic art. Like, it looked good. Like, it was cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that is one of the best things that a developer can
Dude, those
do
weapons look
is,
awesome. I just have to
bro,
say,
I just was
Crazy.
scrolling through all this and I wanted to show you Eclipse. This is a scythe, but it can flip it over from like light to dark. And so it uses dark magic on one and then light magic on the other. And then if you hold it and push this thing, it does these freaking sick moves. It uses like damn near all your mana, but that's okay because sometimes you need to mess somebody up. You know what I mean?
dang.
And then like all of these here, these are like your bonfires or whatever, but they start off like a statue that has like its arms down, and then it'll slowly raise all of these masks up. And the game goes places with the story. By the way, Regal says, well said about your Valheim,
Thank you.
your diatribe there. But these all do this in a particular way. But if you were to go to, say, one of these strange worlds here, like the Realm of Shattering, instead of just being a standard statue, it's like floating in pieces, and then it reassembles itself when you quote unquote light the bonfire, right? And there was one time I was inside this area with some pretty tough enemies that I went to light this thing up, and it freaking fell apart. And it was like, you're not saving your game here, asshole. Good luck. Don't
Kill
die. It was rude. This game is mean in a nice sort of way. Like by that I mean I liked that it took me. It challenged me. It was like,
Right.
hey man, this part's going to be tough. Just FYI. And so yeah, I can't recommend it enough. It has a really, really strange story, and it's not necessarily strange, but it's cryptic in a way that you have to put the pieces of the puzzle together. They don't just spell everything out. And you know what? One of the coolest things, and I'm going to post this playthrough in its entirety in about 4 or 5 pieces on YouTube. So if you guys want to see it in its entirety, you can definitely put that on, play it in the background while you do some work or whatever. But what I really enjoyed about that playthrough is that one of the voice actors joined me on Twitch. His name was Coach Dorn. He's listed as such in the credits there. But he was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, oh, hey, thanks for joining the stream. He's like, this is one of my characters. My characters, excuse me? And he was like, yeah, I voiced 2 of the characters. So I thought that was really cool. I had somebody who worked on this game watch me play this game. And he was very polite, very nice. I couldn't have been a nicer guy. But then I got stuck at some parts, and he was like, I could give you a hint if you want me to. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. So then he gave me these cryptic puzzle hints, like Dr. Seussian style rhymes.
Let's go.
It was so fun. I was having a blast playing it with friends. And I would consider him a friend.
Yeah.
The other thing that I really enjoyed about this game was that it rewards you for trying stuff. And I load up this area in particular to show you, first off, what the shit's going on with this? There's a big old crack in the earth right here. And I was like, I came up to this for the first time and I thought, oh, but don't go in there or you might die. And then I stopped for a second. I said, wait a minute, this is Verho. I should jump into it. And I was like, well, I've got to try. So I jump in, and then I saw the loading screen just like this. And then all of a sudden I was in this world here. So I got rewarded for trying something that on its surface was stupid and that I expected to die. Yeah, this is the Realm of Shattering here. And I can't say enough about how much pizzazz and panache this game has. It's super duper cool, very, very fun. And then on top of that, on top of all of this, look at these awesome ass weapons. I've got one that's like a blood sword. I've got some sickles that are like, some kind of dark magic. Let's see, what else do I have? I have a golden sword. It's entirely made of gold, and it drops more gold when you kill stuff. I've got a Zweihander.
Let's go.
Yeah, so there's a bajillion and one ways to play this game. And spectral halberd, that thing's sick. A freaking lightning bow. And this one's awesome here. This
dude, that thing.
So you can
it's a crossbow.
Yeah, it's a crossbow, and you could shoot 5 arrows at a time with it. So it's like a shotgun, if you will.
Like dark magic crossbow.
Absolutely, it's a dark magic crossbow.
I love that.
So yeah, it both welcomes you to attempt to conquer all of the things in this world, but lays out some tools on the ground for you to play pretty much any way you want. This save file I have actually completed. I'll go ahead and switch back over. We can stop sharing. That's enough of that. But I've completed that save file, and I was really hoping for a New Game Plus, but it didn't do that. Unfortunately, that's the one drawback. I wanted to be able to take all of my cool shit, build a new character, and then try and get through it in a harder format because I'm a huge fan of New Game Plus in general. But it did let me keep playing, so I'll give it half a point on that. And yeah, it's a super duper good game. It's only $20 as well, so like, come on.
No, that's awesome. How many hours did you get out of it?
I played through that playthrough was about 18 hours or so. And that's a respectable amount of time. If you just want to play through it once, you'll get the story. But there are 7 opening kind of like templates, if you will, character templates to play with. One of which, of course, is a very famous Dark Souls nobody style character where you have like one point in everything, and that's it. And apparently that character, which is called the Forgotten, this character has a slightly different storyline when you see it through, and it has lore reasons as to why. So now I have another save file that I'm trying to play through the game again as a Forgotten, and it feels good. It moves quick. Yeah, can't say enough good stuff about it. I was really pleased with how the story ended and where everything wound up. All of the characters are super unique, and fun stuff happened in like the hub town too. So like at some point I had entered what's called the Heretics Path, and it's sort of like a punishment area. And the punishment was, well, you can either jump down this pit and die, or you can try to get through these various rooms and earn your freedom. It was a prisoner's dilemma. Do I just kill myself now, or do I get slaughtered by all of these terrible monsters in these following rooms? Well, I met a dude there, and he was just like, hey, don't sneak up on me like that, blah, blah, blah. And he talked to me for a little bit, and he goes, yeah, so you got to be careful of those things over there. And he pointed over there. So I looked over there and I walked over there, and then all of a sudden he stabbed me in the back and threw me off the edge of the cliff. And then I landed, and it's cool. It's got a cool cut scene where like I pull the knife out of my own back and I use it to stop myself from falling all the way down the pit. Like I'm sliding down the wall with this knife. I land in this terrible pit of dead bodies. There's these monsters running around. There's like 5 of them, which in this game, 5 monsters at the same time, it's as hard as Dark Souls. Like you really only want to challenge 1 or 2 things at a time. Otherwise, you're going to get overwhelmed by all the things going on. Somehow I survived, and I met that guy later, and I was like, you motherfucker. And it gave me the option to spare him or kill him because he was in a predicament when I met him next. So I healed him, of course, because I'm a good person. And he was like, hey, thanks for being kind to me. I'll make it up to you. I'm going to go back to the Nameless Village. And then he turned into a vendor. And he sold me stuff that another vendor would sell me, but he sold it to me on the cheap. So the fun part, though, wasn't that he stabbed me in the back. And it wasn't that I got him as a vendor. One of the other vendors there was like, I don't know about that guy. He seems shifty. Well, 2 or 3 bosses later, 2 or 3 world states later, I come back to the town, and the vendor who thought he looked shifty had killed him. He was like, he tried to stab me in the back. He tried to kill me because he's a psychopath. So I ended his life. And he basically drove a sword through homie and put him on the wall, like hung him on the wall by the sword. It was like, I'm leaving his body here to remind everybody in this village what happens when you cross somebody in here. And it was like really dark. I liked where they took it. Yeah, it was something else, guys.
Dude, that's insane. No, they really took some time into that, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of care that went into Verho. And I would say it's a solo dev type of thing, but there's a lot of names in the credits, so I don't know the level of involvement of everybody. But the main primary guy, his name is Sebastian. Sebastian, if you're listening right now, homie, come on the podcast. Let's talk about Verho. I want to know what your thought process was and how you got to make that beautiful game, because it's an excellent outing. And as far as Kingsfield Dark Souls fans go, you will not be disappointed. Super duper amazing game.
Dang, I'm gonna have to check that thing out.
Yeah, it's badass, dude. And you can play it with a keyboard or you can play it with a controller. I actually found it worked well with a controller because if you know what you're doing, just like in good Dark Souls fashion, if you know what you're doing, you can win right out of the gate. You could basically not level up. It would take you a long time to kill some of these enemies, but you could do it because all of the attacks are pretty much dodgeable. They're all projectile based, or they have a wind up for an area of effect that you could get out of the way enough to survive. So it's fair, hard but fair,
right?
Yeah, in true Dark Souls fashion, of course.
Of course.
But yeah, so that was my big fun thing. And then the other thing that I'm pivoting to, which we're actually going to start this stream series tomorrow, I am jumping in and I'm going to play through Skyrim.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
Yeah. So, and you know who you have to thank for that is Sebastian of Verho fame, because it kind of reignited a little bit of an interest that lay dormant for long time in fantasy, which, to be fair, Verho is dark fantasy, very dark fantasy.
Yeah.
Skyrim, I would consider high fantasy. So it doesn't grab me as much, but Verho left me wanting to play Verho again, but also I wanted to play some other games. I'm also working on another video tentatively titled For Those About to Kingsfield. And there's several other games that I would like to get my hands on and play through and kind of, put together a little best of, if you like Kingsfield and Dark Souls, here's some games you ought to play. And one of those actually is Skyrim on my radar. Probably won't include that in the video because everybody and their moms played that. It's been released on every platform. But I'm gonna start a Khajiit character because I like cats.
Let's go.
If you have coin, Khajiit has wares. If you have coin, I know all
that is right.
Yes, I've played it. I've played it much.
True
Nord. Are you a Nord, John?
No.
You strike me as, let's see, are you a dwarf? Would you be like a dwarven character if you are a high fantasy character? Doesn't have to be Skyrim. Could be any high fantasy style character.
Dude, I would honestly want to be like the cat people are cool. Can't lie. Like be able to be shifty. But I've always found dark elves the coolest.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Dark elves are dope. Devin, what's your high fantasy? What would you call that?
So when if Skyrim related, I was Khajiit basically.
Nice, yeah, Khajiit for life, baby.
Yeah, I was Khajiit basically every time. I did do the Wood Elf at some point just because I was role playing Skyrim as Link.
Okay, there you
so
go.
I made a Link character. And I played through that because you guys know I'm a Zelda nut. And then, but Khajiit was definitely the first run through for sure.
Sick. Hollow Attorney in chat says, I love Skyrim. Yes, Hollow Attorney, we actually know you as our resident Skyrim lore master. Correct me if I'm wrong, John. Hollow Attorney is the cat that reads all the books, what are in the games, and knows all of the...
I think you're confusing him with my buddy at the Bloated Float.
Oh, I am. We've got a couple of huge Skyrim fans in our friend groups.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have a buddy that is like, yeah, well, in this cycle of the series, this did this, and
he's
I find
insane.
I find that endlessly fascinating that somebody really loves a game. And this is there's no shade at all. I think it's super duper cool. I'm not making fun of this person directly.
I am.
He's
a nerd.
Yeah, that's all right. Skyrim nerds, I love that.
He knows
cool.
like it's actually insane. Like he'll literally just watch lore videos on it, and he just knows so much about the Skyrim lore. Or the Elder Scrolls lore, I should say, like in so much detail and like all of these intricate like things that you don't get from surface level. Like bro has I think spent time in the game just like reading the books.
Wow.
Like you just go through the books and then like he watches these videos and he cross correlates from previous stuff. Like it's insane. He played Elder Scrolls Online and it pissed me off when I played Elder Scrolls Online with him because he would read every journal in Elder Scrolls Online. I'm like, dude, stop.
He's like hang on, I gotta read this.
Yes, and we're like doing a quest and he's like, look, if you're gonna play this game with me, you know I'm gonna read everything. So like, you're just gonna have to deal with it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
Wow.
I
like,
appreciate
kill
the
me.
commitment to the bit.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh. So yeah, he knows so much about it. I'm definitely gonna let him know. Hey, by the way,
Okay.
he's playing it again. You should watch some of his gameplay.
Absolutely.
He will.
I would love it. I would absolutely love that for him to join me in Twitch chat to both. I'll put a little tag on there that says backseating allowed, because I'm not going to be spending forever stuck on a thing. So if somebody can help guide me through some nonsense, that's fine. But also, Hollow Attorney says Elder Scrolls lore is super cool. 7 years since Elder Scrolls 6 teaser, by the way. 7 years since we've seen the Elder Scrolls 6 teaser.
Yeah.
What is going on? I didn't realize it had been that long. Holy shit.
Dude, they literally
Todd, clock's ticking.
Yeah, dude. We
Todd
literally
Howard, let's go.
Yeah, they dropped that Elder Scrolls 6 trailer 7 years ago. We're like, hey, we're gonna get this out, and then we've heard nothing. Like radio silence.
Hey, you know what? That's okay. We heard radio silence for Silk Song for about 8 years, and look how that turned out.
Bethesda.
I don't have high hopes because I understand Starfield has some shortcomings, but
midfield.
I don't know.
The problem is, man, like when you have a game is like so big like Skyrim, where it just absolutely like, I mean, it was peak RPG. Like it was, it's like become the standard, right? In its own right. And I mean, it's literally on every platform, every console. There's not a place that you cannot play Skyrim. And they're gonna go out and they're gonna try to drop another one, and like, how are you gonna top it? Right?
You have a reputation to uphold.
First, you have a reputation to uphold, but now it's like, okay, you have to one up it, and now the like anticipation has just been growing and growing and growing and growing.
Yeah,
dude, I don't know how they're gonna do it and it not be a disappointment.
Might be
yeah.
good.
What do you do with that? I don't know.
And Todd Howard, I just want to like scuff up his shirt. You know what I mean? Like, he annoys me so much, dude. Dang, like I'll see
Scuffing his shirt is crazy, John. What are you doing?
Dude, I'm just saying,
Okay.
it's like a little like.
Let's take a step back real quick. I'm gonna defend Bethesda because one, they made Fallout. Fallout is the coolest universe ever. And whether or not you like Fallout 3 versus Fallout New Vegas versus Fallout 4, I don't give a shit. I love it all. I think it's an amazing thing. Second, you're gonna have some misses. Starfield, Hollow says don't play Starfield. Copy that. I will skip it.
Did you play Fallout 76?
No, but I understand that they have put a lot of effort into Fallout 76 that have brought it to be a much better experience now. So kudos for sticking with that. That's a feather in their cap. And then on top of all this, Bethesda took the Doom franchise. Personally, one of my franchise, I own Doom. Like at the core of my being, Doom has always been there. And when Doom 2016 dropped, holy fuck, man, they did it. They did it exactly right. And Doom 2016 is one of the best first-person shooters ever. It feels so good. And they knew exactly the formula going into it, and they wanted to do right by the Doom fan base. And boy, howdy, they knocked it out of the fucking park. So Bethesda, for all their downs, has plenty of ups. So let's not scuff up his shirt too much. Dead. Maybe squirt a little ketchup on the sleeve so he can wipe it off.
Bethesda's dead. Almost
yeah,
years
shell
ago.
of its former self.
A shell.
Is it? We'll see. You know what? I say with every game release, the studio that is releasing said entry in whatever series it is, they should get another a chance at redemption. So I'm going to reserve my judgment until when Skyrim Part 2 comes out. And when we actually see and play the game, we'll see. As of right now, they might be in the shitter a little bit because of Starfield, but they were trying something new. It didn't quite work out. Whatever. Move on. There's also a bajillion other games to play that we can play. Outer Worlds 2 came out. I've heard that's a really good, unique take on the spaceman RPG or whatever it is.
I think the Starfield release was an engine test. That's my thought
Oh,
process.
that's
anyway.
interesting.
Because why
Okay.
would they? I mean, imagine dropping Elder Scrolls 6
On that.
in a new engine, and it's just like I mean, classic Bethesda. Oh, it's so buggy. It's not this. It's missing that. It's like, and all of the buildup, and then that's what they release. You imagine that, like that same energy that Starfield had when it released. It was like, oh, this is kind of hype, and then people played it, and they're like, oh,
Sucks.
okay, this is
Yeah.
like this is not good. And it wasn't because necessarily the engine, the function of the game was okay. If you haven't played Starfield or you haven't seen Starfield, it literally is a space Skyrim. Like actually, like they 100%, they have shouts. They have they literally have all of those like ability. It's kind of nuts. So it's like they frameworked an Elder Scrolls game into that. And like that's like their beta test. That's my opinion.
Weird.
Anyway. That's my opinion.
I wonder what the development of that game truly was like, though.
Yeah, not sure.
Hot take.
Yeah,
I
mean, I clearly I could be wrong, but I mean, come on.
Conspiracy theory.
Hey, it's a good one.
Yeah, it is a good one. I like it. So yeah, we'll get through Skyrim, and I'll record that and toss it up so you guys can go back and watch the VODs on that, and we'll see how that game goes. Hollow previously in chat had said mod the shit out of it. I have installed at least 1 or 2 QOL mods, and I'm fielding some of those right now because it is a 2010 game at this point. 2008.
Yeah.
It came out a long ass time ago. It's dated a bit.
Old game.
And that's okay. It's fine. I'm not opposed to that sort of thing, but if I can mod it a little bit to make it more, say, PC friendly, I guess.
An RTX mod.
Oh, dude. Okay, yeah. I'm definitely checking out some, like, because I got a 3060 now. I can do that.
Let's go.
So I'm looking at some better textures, some better just QOL stuff, because I really ultimately want to get a vanilla-ish experience. I want to see the game as the developers intended, maybe not from a UI perspective or from a texture perspective, but the same quests, the same items, the same this, the same that. I wanted to make it as much of the original game as I could, but also make it look a little better and play a little better on the platform.
Yeah, like their UI is horrible. Yeah, definitely like UI mods is totally fine.
I think the first thing that I did was install it's called Sky UI on Nexus Mods, and immediately I went to search a body. I was testing it out, and it came up with a specific style of menu. I was like, yes. Yeah, this is what I need. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun playing through that. And I'll let you know. I'll let you guys know what I think at the end of it all. But as I go along, you guys can. I'll regale you with some of the adventures of my Khajiit character. But yeah, so that's what I've got on my plate. Real quick, I wanted to pivot over to a couple of news stories, and I kind of wanted to field you guys' opinions on some stuff. So in the zeitgeist right now is. Makes everything not a shovel. Oh, hold on. Lean Wolf's better shaped weapons is a must. Ah, yes. Okay, thank you. I appreciate the recommendation. Makes everything not a shovel. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's a great way to put that. The weapons feel like a shovel. That's funny.
That was kind of your major beef with it. Like
it was, yeah. That is my major beef with it, is that the combat feels okay. So yeah, if there's anything, Hollow Attorney, feel free to toss in some mods in chat that you want me to check out. I absolutely will. I've got Vortex installed, so I'll just pop on over to Nexus Mods and get those going. Yeah, so in the zeitgeist, well, first off, small news story. Steam Machine, quote unquote, will be priced like a PC, not a console. So might be a little bit more expensive than we expect.
Yep.
That's expected, right?
I think it's still supposed to fall within the like that. I think the range that they were saying is like 450 to 800 or something like that. Somewhere in that
like
ballpark.
That isn't like an entry level PC.
Because the hardware realistically kind of sucks. Yeah, like the hardware is not great. Like from a if I'm comparing it to like my rig, like spec wise, I'm winning. Like I beat it. But it's designed to play 1080p and then upscale to 4K or play 4K upscaled. So it's which just means it's not actually 4K. It's just faking like it's 4K. So it's not meant to be a powerful machine. It's meant to be, I mean, and it kind of makes sense. They have to, they have to, I think I touched on this maybe last week whenever we talked about the Steam Machine first. They can't just price it like a console, because consoles, the way that they're set up as far as revenue goes, they make a loss on the actual sale of the console. They don't make money on that physical hardware. That's why consoles are a banging deal to get into gaming. The problem is they're building an actual like computer, like just a normal computer that has compatible hardware. You could just
Linux box.
You could literally just install Windows on it and it would just work. You have to pay for a license, but you could just do that. And so then begs the question is, if they made a loss on the hardware, well, then it's literally the cheapest hardware you could possibly find as far as any computer goes, if they're just making a loss on it because they're expecting to make it up in video games. So then you would have things like, okay, it's got a GPU in it. It's got a pretty solid CPU in it. You'd have people like crypto mining the hell out of them. So you'd buy hundreds and hundreds of them, right?
Whoa,
So that's why they have to price it the way they do, is to prevent that from being exploited. They can't allow it to be exploited in that way. So they have to price it comparatively to other hardware in that marketplace. Otherwise, they would just lose money, like tons.
I had not even thought about that a little bit. That's crazy.
So yeah, the hardware, but then thinking about it like that, so if they have to make normal revenue on that hardware, they can't spec it so high that the console people won't touch it.
Yeah.
So it's like this weird balance of like, okay, they're going to put some crappy hardware in it overall, but like it's still going to be good enough. Like it'll just work, right? Like that's their ideas. It'll still just work, but the actual pricing will still be within that range of like, hey, this is what we're used to playing, at least somewhat comparably to a console. I'm sure it's still going to be a little more expensive, but there's other perks that go along with it, like family share in Steam, your Steam library if you're already a Steam gamer, just a bunch of all those beautiful perks that come along with being associated to the Valve and Steam ecosystem.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, anyway, there we go.
So I apologize. I need to step away for about 15 seconds. My PlayStation 5 went to sleep, and now my TV's playing Christmas tunes. So talk amongst yourselves. One sec.
Let's go. It's that time of year.
Dude, she's on frosting, by the way.
Yes, that's right.
She is defrosting.
Oh boy. Yeah, man. I think that the that whole like conversation with the Steam Machine though is like people are kind of misunderstanding what the purpose of the Steam Machine is. I think understanding the true like objective of what that Steam Machine is supposed to do, helps understand why they're making it. And again, they're not trying to say, hey, look, this thing's gonna outperform a PlayStation 5. It will not outperform a PlayStation 5. It's not natively going to run 4K. You're not going to get it out of it. It's going to upscale. It's going to use FSR. It's going to use that frame generation, right? You're going to see those features. Yeah, fake frames, man. They have to utilize it and to be competitive in that market. But what they're trying to do, I think really what their objective is if they can get that, if they can nail this from a user experience perspective, right? They can, and that means the operating system. That means just a UI experience, performance experience. If they can nail that, that is going to explode the ability. Like that's going to shake up the market from perspective of what type of computers is HP selling, right?
Yeah.
What kind of computers is Dell selling? Because now are they going to come loaded with Windows gaming or is it Steam OS? Right. And then you have the back end contracts that go along with things like that from a business perspective that is going to drive massive revenue. Right. If Steam OS is now a pre-installed on all gaming rigs that you go purchase in the store, or like, oh no, this one has Steam OS, that's the one I want. Like you have those basic level entry, like non-technical people going to buy their gaming computers. They walk into a Micro Center or a Best Buy and they look and they go, do I want the Windows gaming computer or do I want the Steam OS gaming computer? And it's like, well, the Steam OS already has all my games on it that I play, right? Like I think the long-term goal is something like that. And if they can convert enough people into the Steam ecosystem, first off, if they're in the Steam ecosystem, they get that beautiful revenue that comes along with them purchasing Steam OS games, right? Or Steam
Yeah.
games. That what is
Sure.
it? 30% of every freaking transaction. That's nuts. So you
It's
get
an
all of
insane
that
amount of
market
money.
share. That's huge. But I think it's a larger play. Building that OS. What's the ROI on building that OS? Right?
Yeah.
You want it
Shaking
to
the
stick
box
around.
up entirely.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
Yep. Me too.
So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. It's save your money. I know throwing down on a new console is nothing that most people can do on a whim. So if you were planning on a certain amount of dollars, maybe save a few extra just in case.
And I would save, get yourself like about like $800 to $1,000. I think that's going to be your kind of safe point. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's supposed to come with the controller. We'll see.
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah. I think it's supposed to be packaged with the controller when you buy the console. At least
That would be
one.
smart. That would be very smart.
I mean, again, they're trying to compete with the consoles, right? Like, I think they're trying to give that full console experience. And when you buy, you have to put one controller in there. You can't.
They're gonna get clowned if they don't.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
don't think Papa Gabe wouldn't.
Yeah. I feel like
Gabe
he does right by us in the gaming community to the best of his ability. So
Yep.
not including a controller would be a dick move. Also, you're right. They would get clowned for sure.
Yeah, he got some yacht upgrades, by the way.
I
got a new
saw
yacht?
his yacht. Yeah, I
No,
saw
like
his
he got
super
like
yacht.
upgraded it, bro. Dude,
Dang.
he's like living out of that thing full time.
I mean, I would too
mean-
if I spent like what? How do you much?
Bro,
$100 million on
Hundreds
a
of
boat?
millions of dollars on that yacht, bro.
Yeah, I would live in that
You
bad
could
boy.
do
too.
it.
Probably nicer than any home you could get.
Facts.
100%. And it's mobile. He can go wherever he wants.
Yeah. And could just go to sleep and then wind up wherever he wants. Like, imagine that. Like, he just has a captain, like, drive him around.
Broken IRL fast travel.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally go to sleep, wake up somewhere else.
Yep, absolutely.
That's OP.
But it's crazy that like it's rare to see Gabe on land. Like that's it. That's an
Right.
accurate sentence.
He's a sea creature, bro.
Always was.
Damn.
That was his ultimate goal, was to become seaworthy all the time.
Bro, if they ever wanted to take him out, they'd have to take out the yacht, bro.
Yep.
Do you think
He's
his
in-
yacht is armed?
I'd
Oh
hope.
God.
I
I hope so. I would hope
Like,
so.
just
I
see.
I
You
can't
know,
armed
imagine-
security.
can't
You see it
imagine he
or,
doesn't have some sort of security, at the very least, to fend off pirates, because
yeah, like
pirates
anything
are still
could
a
happen.
thing.
Yeah, that is a thing.
Got to watch out. Don't get into those uncharted territories or international waters.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
dangerous.
Scary.
man.
So another topic I wanted to bring up that I'm curious what you guys think about, because I'm conflicted about the topic in general, and that is the use of AI to make art assets for games. And then I wanted to bring up, first off, I wanted your opinion on that, but second off, there's another game coming out that is called Zoo Punk, and it's like a hack and slash, anthropomorphic animals that are slinging some sick ass looking weapons around and beating things up or whatever it is. But they're using it in a way that I hadn't heard of yet, and I'll tell you about that in a second. What do you guys think about the use of AI art in games? Do you think it's a super big no-no? Because the art community seems to fucking hate it.
Yeah, they hate that.
Yeah,
They hate that.
John, you
'Cause-
want to take it first? I mean,
Yeah.
I've got words like they're preloaded, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I just think like when we're replacing it with, it's like the age-old debate with AI. You know what I mean? That it's gonna replace, human creativity, and it's like,
Yeah.
how do you do that? You can't. And unfortunately, like AI is getting stupid good, like
Yeah.
incredibly quickly. Like it can do hands now. It can do
Yeah.
full on, like some of those Sora videos are nuts. Nuts.
But they're
I watched
ultimately hollow, right? They don't have.
Yes, they are. But what I mean is that like I see how like a studio, right, would use that.
Sure.
I see how that would happen. But like I do think it's a shame because like you pointed out, it is hollow. There's
Yeah.
something that's missing. Like
The thing
Okay,
that's
AI
being clowned on, the thing that's being clowned on, or is like the AI art bros That's kind of what they're being dubbed right now. I saw there's actually a tweet that's going around right now, and that there's a piece of art that's associated with it, and it's like a little GIF of some person trapped underneath concrete, and they're screaming, and it's like it's an animated cartoon style thing, but the tweet that accompanies it is something to the effect of like, I worked so hard on making this. I went through 25 iterations. And so all of the art people are like, oh, I typed 25 sentences into a computer to make this. And like they're just clowning on it because the way that AI bros are talking, it's just like I put so much blood, sweat, and tears. Like, what blood, sweat, and tears did you put into this, bro? You fed some sentences into a prompt machine. You typed. You didn't do anything. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like, you didn't do anything. There's no effort made. It's not impressive. What makes art impressive? Actually, this is a hot take that I didn't have. So I'm not going to give myself credit for this, but what makes art impressive at its core is actually related to the human mating instinct. So when you see an artist do something, whether it's playing the piano or painting a painting or whatever it is, their ability to be the best of the best or seemingly super duper high quality at that thing signals to everybody else around them, like, I am an alpha in this domain, which makes them more desirable. So like that's ultimately what triggers us to be like, yeah, I'm into that because this person is desirable, like on some level, right? And I thought that was an interesting take on it.
Yeah. Here's my hot take. I'm gonna kind of be maybe a little mean here. It's a skill issue. I think you're competing with something that it's only creating things that people have already created. Okay. Yeah. If you can't exceed the outputs that it's getting or that it's giving people, then you need to get better at what you do. And it sucks, but it's actually the truth because
get good, son.
Unfortunately, it's like with the way that technology moved, it's not going to stop and people are not going to stop using it. So if you want to continue down that field, you can't just hope that they put legislation that stops people from using it. It won't work. You just need to get better, or you need to get better at marketing yourself, something along those lines, right? Because it's not going to stop and it's going to happen to every industry. It's not just the artists that are getting hit. My God, it's hitting IT. It's hitting technical people. It's hitting, it's hitting a lot of industries. It's hitting doctors. It's hitting lawyers. It's hitting everyone. I literally heard someone go, why do I need to go to the doctor for them to tell me exactly what ChatGPT literally just told me? Like I can go get my blood work done. I can dump those results in my ChatGPT and it will give me a better breakdown of what my levels are than the doctor that's going to charge me the $150, $300 to tell me the exact same thing. And then that's not even including what I need to do. They're just going to read the report for you. So it's like everyone's having to deal with it. It's a skill issue. What I think it does is it shakes up a market. It shakes up the industries to say, let's actually compete. Let's get good at what we do because there is a differentiator. There is something that AI can't do. AI cannot create. AI regurgitates. And I think that's really important for people to understand is AI is regurgitating things. And now it's doing it in a unique way, right? It's taking little pieces and it's putting it together, but it's always regurgitation to some degree. It's never creative. And so you have to then as an artist, right, make it worth it, right? What's going to set you apart to be able to then have those conversations with developers that are trying to create a game and say, hey, I need these graphics, I need these art pieces created. Why shouldn't I just dump that into an AI model and say, hey, give me everything that I need, and it just does it, versus going with you? Why? You have to justify that. You can't just say, well, because it's not fair. I'm an artist. That's not good enough. People don't care. People don't care about it.
Money's on the line.
Yeah, money's on the line, and that's their livelihood, and they're just trying to make a game, right?
Yeah.
So it sucks. I have empathy. It sucks, but that's the reality, and you have to get good. Yeah. End of the day. There it is. Hot take.
Keegan's
Sorry
hot
for hurt
take over
feelings.
here is technical skill versus creative skill. I feel like they're still doing something, LOL, at least something I can't do. So yeah. So there is a level of technical skill of plugging things up and making sure that the data set is fed into the things that it needs to get fed into. But once it's stood up, it's going to be doing stuff that, you know, maybe somebody could do on a human level, probably, most likely. I would say
You can have the AI help you give the
every
AI
time.
to do.
But also like it's tough. The originality paradox, he says, all creative work builds on what came before. Every new idea is just a mix of two previous ideas. So that's
Do we have free will?
That's your pushback.
Yeah.
That's your pushback there is like, yes, it is creative, but how creative is it when it's coming from a human even, you know, because at the end of the day, metal music is a lot Beethoven.
The chicken or the egg, man, which came first, right?
Which came first, yeah.
What's the original idea that spawned
So,
every other idea from that?
I think what's going to make something stand out, if you remove whether or not somebody is good. So let's say they do get good. What's going to make it stand out is that human element, because at the end of the day, we as humans want to connect with one another, right? And that's what art does. Art says something, but what you're truly doing when you look into this painting, let's just take Starry Night by Van Gogh. He put something, an idea that was in his head on this canvas. And when you look at it, you are connected to him through that idea. Mm-hmm. So when you look at a piece of art that a computer spat out, we're not looking at something that is connecting us to a human in any way. And that is ultimately what makes it hollow. It's not necessarily that it is a regurgitation of what humans have done already, or that it's subpar, because let's be frank, most of it does look pretty damn good. But at the end of the day, if another human is not on the other end of that idea, we won't care. We simply won't, because that's how we're wired. We're wired for others. Others are the sole reason for our existence, you know, because you can spend all day by yourself. You can live your life just for you. But what have you truly gained if nobody else is there to say good morning to or end your day with? What truly have you gained? And it doesn't have to be a spouse or anything like that. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm you know, obviously I'm married, so I'm speaking from that perspective. But, you know, there's people who have friends, and those friends are what make their life worth living to begin with. Otherwise, you're just here farting around, and then you're nothing. You are dust in the wind. Everyone is just dust in the wind. And what makes it significant is that we met and conversed and talked and fellowshipped, to use the Christianese term, with other people at the end of the day. And so that is what I think is going to differentiate human art versus AI art. Because you're right, Devin. Humans do need to get better at stuff, you know. And if AI pushes us to get better, great. I'm here for it. But I think that's what's really going to make the human art stand out, is that a human actually did it.
And think about it like this. This is maybe another way to look at this. The AI bros, right, are crafting these prompts, and they're making this art with these prompts. This is not a new innovation from the perspective of creating something. This is we innovated. We created a new tool. Yeah. As previous, right? Like we took berries and we shoved berries and we crushed them, and then we're like, wow, it's red. I can put this on a wall, or I can scratch this rock on a wall and it makes a mark, and I can draw on this. And then we're like, wow, we can crush this berry and we can like boil it and burn it down to like a more concentrated version, and then we could add maybe a little bit of water to it whenever we're ready to use it, and then we can just like put it on this like hair that we got from this animal, and all of a sudden we got this tool. And it's like, well, but my rock art. No, we have a new tool, and it's better at doing this. We can use color now, and AI is simply a new paintbrush, right? Where we're using this new tool to make the strokes of art that is now being created. And and so it's an innovation. It's a change of how we're creating art potentially, right? And this is just, man, I'm just talking out of my ass right now. But I think that's maybe like another perspective to look at it is, look, yes, there is still beauty in this older way of creating art, and that I don't think can ever go away. It's historical to some degree, but also the way the world has moved. We used to use paintbrushes. We don't even do that anymore for the most part. We use Apple pencils, right?
Yep. True.
And we draw on our iPads. Well, that's not fair. You can just instantly create. No. It's where the market moved, and it's where capitalism took us. And it doesn't make you less of an artist to do it digitally versus on a canvas, right? And now we've got another tool that's coming out that's allowing us to do it more efficiently. And that was the point, is digitally we were able to do it more efficiently on that iPad. And now we're able to, again, do it more efficiently. Learn to use those AI tools to create your art, right? And be creative. Again, be an artist with how you're using AI. And that, like, maybe that's the way that you're better, right? Is use those prompts, use your art and your creativity, that new tool, to be better than the AI bro who's just good at prompting stuff. You know more about art than they do. It's a skill issue. Learn. There you go. Sorry.
And suddenly the whole art world hated Devin.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, man. If that
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
If that dropped on art Twitter, like death threats.
Yo,
Can't
clip
lie.
that shit
for
and
sure.
post
For
that
sure.
as a short.
Death threats.
So I think what's happening to the art people is that their craft is becoming boutique now. That's what it is. Because at the end of the day, we don't listen to vinyls anymore, but vinyls are still around and they still press them, but they are boutique. They're specialty. So when you want a piece of art slapped together real quick for a hotel, just feed some prompts into AI and find what works for you. Who gives a shit? But when you want a specific painting for a specific reason on a specific type of canvas with a specific medium, that is where the art will never truly die. The artist will never truly get left behind, because you will have to have some innovation in that. Until, of course, the robots start painting and doing painting better than humans, then we're in real trouble. But that's another conversation. But so the other connecting piece to this conversation is the usage of AI in a game called Zoopunk that isn't out yet. Now, what the developers said is that the game itself and all of its art assets are all human made. But where the AI component comes in is that they're going to leverage AI to allow the user generated content to be created for it. So skins for cars, or skins for swords, or skins for this. They're going to plug in a large language model type thing, a stable diffusion, if you will, to allow users to generate content. And I feel like that's clever. That's a clever use of the thing that everybody's pushing back on, to like, no, we've got artists that did all this stuff, but what if we just let our users use some tools to make really sick stuff? Because then they've got basically endless amounts of content that they can push out, right? I think that's kind of cool.
No, I mean, again, I think that's fantastic. Getting creative with the new tool is, I think, fine, right? Understanding and learning the limitations of it, I think, is a beautiful thing. Getting mad at it is not the solution, right? Learning to adapt to it is going to be the solution. Now, I'm not saying AI is going to just completely take over everything and it's going to just end all be all. I'm actually kind of a big proponent that it's more of a bubble, right? Like we're going to hit a kind of a plateau at some point of like utilization for at least some point of time. And, but in that time, it is still a new tool, and you can't refute that in most cases now there are so many, like ChatGPT went down because of Cloudflare this week, right? I think it was earlier this week.
Monday or Tuesday.
And the immediate panic from people was insane. Like, why are you, from an IT perspective, right? Getting the calls of, why are you guys blocking ChatGPT? Like, no, we're not blocking ChatGPT, but they're freaking out. It's like, how do I send an email? I don't know how to type, right? I haven't done it in a while. It's a new tool and it's making an impact. And I think you can't ignore the impact that it is having and the things that it is doing well, right? It is doing things well. And you have to learn to utilize that new tool at your hands. Otherwise, yeah, as an artist, it's going to be difficult. As a game developer, get creative with it, right? Like we've used procedurally generated things for a while in video games, but to the extent with an AI model integrating into it, I mean, man, you're literally pulling something in that has been trained on the internet, right? Everything of that the humans have done is just like in your game and can just function. Learn to use that, right? Like why would you not? That's insane. Get creative, right? Be a developer, develop something, make something cool. And I think that's where people are going to start thriving, is when they like don't get scared of AI, figure out what it does really, really good and learn to use that tool effectively to its limitation, right?
Yeah. Push it.
So
yeah,
I'm just going to say one thing. Hayao Miyazaki, creator of Studio Ghibli, he hand drew everything that we see in like the movies and all that. His take on AI art is that it is an insult to life itself.
Oh,
it's interesting seeing the
an
other end of that spectrum.
Yeah, for sure. I think that connects a little bit to what I was saying previously, is that the fact that a human made the piece of art is what makes it intrinsically valuable, right? And to shovel that off the soul of a piece of art, like, yeah, it is a tool and you could use it to its limitation, but the blood, sweat, and tears, I think, that is poured into a piece are what make it valuable. So therein lies the conflict. You know, Devin, you're not wrong. John, you're also not wrong. You're both right. So where is the razor's edge that we walk as a human society when it comes to AI and creativity specifically? You know, because it's one thing to spit out an email. It's something entirely different to spit out a quote unquote game.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, there's a huge difference in like making an ad for a hotel than like, you know, making a game, or even just like a piece of art in general.
Yeah. I would say that it'll never go away. The value
it won't. I don't think it will. I have looked at pieces of art. I don't know if you guys have like seen things like the Mona Lisa in person.
I have.
It's amazing.
It's crazy.
There's actually something really profound about it. And I think that those things will never go away, but they will become more niche, right? They already have become more niche, right? Something like the Mona Lisa is not coming out every day. Most art like that is a big laundering scheme or some sort of conspiracy, right? But it's never going to go away, because people inherently, like, they have the desire to create things like that. Art has literally always been around. Like, it has never not been around.
Yeah. Cave paintings are a thing.
It's going to be there. And so it doesn't go around. What I think people need to understand is the expectation, right? That the love that you have for what you can create with your own hands on a canvas is never going to go away. And you can do that and you can be happy about it. But understand, from a capitalism perspective, they don't care.
Yeah.
It's a free market. The world is a free market.
The masses do not care. And actually, that's slightly related to what we were saying about things like, mega popular video games like, let's say a Fortnite or whatever, or cloud gaming. That's where we were talking about it last. Like, the masses, they don't give a shit about these like boutique indie games that we talk about here on a daily basis or a weekly basis. They couldn't care less. Our passion for games like that is specific to our interest, and at large, nobody cares.
Yeah,
and that's okay. That's okay. It has to be okay, because it's going to be that way. And you can either fight it, and be exhausted to no end, or you can just let it go. Just let it go.
And to be
Elsa was right.
Like a Studio Ghibli, like that conversation, Keegan said he's still talking about it. He's hurt. He understands those words, right? And
It says, courtesy of AI overview, the time spent drawing a single scene varies greatly, but one example is a 4-second hand-drawn crowd scene from The Wind Rises, which took animator Eiji Yamamori 15 months.
Yeah, I see that in One Piece all the time. Like, a lot of the sequences took so long to animate. It's nuts. I mean, even in Transformers, bro, the computer blew up over one of the Transformers had to animate. The computer literally blew up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I think that to his respect, I think that it doesn't devalue what he's done, right?
Yeah,
it doesn't take away, because I think we can look at that and go watch one of his amazing, oh my God, amazing shows.
Every single one of them.
Like
in the Studio Ghibli
I haven't
catalog.
Not enjoyed one that I've watched.
Right.
And it's not even entirely because of just the animation, but it does play a part in it. And then understanding the backstory. My father-in-law, one of the things that he does really, really well is he builds stories behind things. Like when he gives you a gift, like for your birthday, he doesn't just like give you a gift, he gives you the backstory. And what it does is it builds a value of this item that he's giving it, whether it's like even crazy or not. Like he'll talk about like, oh man, this thing that I'm giving you is like this #1. It got this award back in 2014, and like because it was the best in its class, and it does all of this stuff really cool. And he just like talks it up, right? And I think that value will always be there. That's what you can do, and that's why I say like it's from a skill issue. That's how you sell it, right? When we want to watch something that is beautifully hand-drawn, it is human, those things are still valuable, but you have to understand that you have to sell those things, because from a capitalistic standpoint, man, being able to pump out content, right? Being able to make a game in 4 seconds, right? It's like, that's unreal. But there's moments where you go, man, I can slow down and I can appreciate something that's hand-drawn. I can look at this and go, wow, that was beautiful, right? When you look at a Hollow Knight, you go, wow, that is beautiful. Yes, we could have done that with AI, but I have a backstory from you telling me this is all hand-drawn. Look at the layers. Look how many like things are moving. And it's like, the hands that went into it. And I think that's fantastic, and we can appreciate it. But also someone can just auto-generate that.
Yes. Yep, that's true.
It sucks.
So it does suck. It does suck a little bit.
There's a reality that makes it sad, but there's also a beauty in knowing like if that content still exists, I think people will still find value and still search it out.
Yeah, 100%.
You just can't expect it. It's expectation.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, actually, we're approaching the hour and 40-minute mark, and I think this is probably a good point to wrap everything up. Unless you guys have any final thoughts. Actually, you know what? Before we go, I just want to mention our email address one more time: podcast@umbrellafight.xyz. We do have a hot take for you guys that I want to throw out there as our last conversation piece. This is actually from Keegan, who's in chat with us today. He says, unpopular opinion for Battlefield 6 and Black Ops 7. Here we go, guys.
Oh, God.
Black Ops 7 is more fun to play for me.
Oh, God.
He says, now I have the benefit of not having played a shooter in about 5 years. So there is no, it's the same game from the last 3 years complaint from my end. Battlefield 6 is a better game, but Black Ops 7 is more fun. Zombies is still a blast, and being able to play a 10-minute game instead of a 20 to 40-minute Battlefield 6 match is a huge plus. Battlefield also has this pressure to play a role. Sometimes I just want to run around and shoot stuff. And as a disclaimer, I probably am a little COD biased because I would have picked Black Ops 2 over Battlefield 4 as well. The campaign does look terrible, and I don't like that it can't be solo. So there's your hot take. Black Ops 7 is more fun than Battlefield 6. Go.
Keegan in the chat says, I stand by this.
Yep, there he is. He stands by it, guys.
But have a good night. I'm gonna
look. He did this so strategically. Keegan, you put it as, in my opinion. I can't argue with that. What do you mean? No, it's valid. We've talked about it plenty of times. What feels good is what makes a game good. And at the end of the
Yes.
day, it's your experience playing a game that matters. And if something feels good for you to play, it doesn't make it. You can't just. I think a lot of the negative connotation that came around COD absolutely was forced upon people, right? COD is clearly a GOAT in the industry, and they've made amazing games. And I know the game feels good to play. Otherwise, people would have never played it before. I think what people are mad about is things that are not necessarily, hey, this game feels good to play, or I can get in and get out of a match so fast. It's that they've kind of diverted from the same old experience that maybe they were used to, and now we're in this kind of a new era of the game, and maybe it doesn't match what they were experiencing, and now they're getting this new content from Battlefield, and it feels fresh, it feels new, it feels challenging. But it doesn't devalue that. I think of course, Call of Duty does shooters good. Yeah, I don't know. Battlefield is amazing. I think it's still better, but I understand your perspective.
Yeah,
and I stand by that, Keegan.
Like I remember playing Advanced Warfare, and what was the COD game before Advanced Warfare? Was it Black Ops 3? Dang, it's been way too long. But anyway, like I remember the shift of Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare, and like that era change. And like me personally, man, that Advanced Warfare multiplayer was peak. Like wall running and doing all of that stuff. Like that was a lot of fun. But dude, I just, the last Black Ops Call of Duty game I played was Modern Warfare 2019, which was like kind of a Battlefield setting, so it was kind of peak. But it's like Black Ops 7. It's like Call of Duty's lost a little bit of that, what people grew up on. That campaign looks god awful, I can't lie. But even Kai loves it, only plays the zombies. Like he literally only installed the Black Ops 7 zombies. Like he doesn't even touch multiplayer. So I mean, I can respect that.
Yeah, for sure. There's value in both, I would say. Yeah. And I think a lot of the hype for BF6 is that Black Ops or Call of Duty in general has been the same. That has been the same for a while. So, getting the shakeup of Battlefield 6 and having them, and on a marketing level, say, we hear you. Here's the game that you say you want. There's something good about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a valid thing, but I thought I would throw that hot take out there.
No, I love it.
Oh,
Battlefield 6, I think, did a lot of things right from a marketing perspective, and trying to tailor to what gamers were talking about. And but yeah, I think Keegan is nailing it. It's just more polarizing online, right? From a perspective of like everything's black and white. It's one or the other. And again, this is what I stand by. If the game feels good for you to play it and you have fun with it, why would you not play it? Like, just play the video game. It's why we play Dark Souls. People hate on Dark Souls because they're bad at it. But if it feels good and you enjoy playing it, play it. Do it.
100%.
It's
Dark
it's a good
Souls
time.
Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, those are my comfort games now because I'm good at it and it feels good to play.
Yeah.
And full stop. Like I make no apologies about that, and neither does anybody else who likes Dark Souls. That's just how it goes,
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. So good take. All good takes around.
That's right.
That's actually gonna go ahead and wrap up our show for the night. I just want to say thanks for everybody who was in chat. Keegan, Hollow Attorney, thank you so much for sticking around. Regal Fire, y'all are amazing. Y'all make all this worth it. We love having these discussions and talking about video games, but we love having these discussions and talking about video games with you guys. So thank you so much for being here. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to John and Devin. Thank you so much for being here. And a reminder to you guys that you are awesome, you're loved, and what you do matters. Thank you so much for being here. Hearts up. We just want to say that you are amazing. Make sure you call your mom, call your dad, call your friend, call your brother, sister. Tell them that you love them because life is...
Umbrella side.